Bye-bye, my love, goodbye. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance that might have been. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. I'm through with romance, I'm through with love, I'm through with counting the stars above. And here's the reason that I'm so free. My loving baby is through with me. Bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love, bye-bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. Bye-bye my love, goodbye. Bye-bye my love, goodbye.
You can play this song with or without a capo on the 5th fret, and I'll talk about that later. If you choose to play without the capo, you'll need an A on the 12th, an A on the 5th, a C on the 8th, a D on the 10th, a D on the 5th, a G on the 3rd, and an E7 on the 5th. To play the song without the capo, you'll need this A up on the 12th, an A on the 5th, a C on the 8th, a D on the 10th, a D on the 5th, a G on the 3rd, and an E7 on the 5th. Here's the intro. Bye-bye love. To get this intro down, it's helpful to count out the beats that these chords will be played. So I'm going to show a chart of these beats and the chords on them in a tablature form in a second. But here's how I would count this out if I was starting off. I'd be counting eighth notes, so I'd count 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and for each measure. So it would sound like this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Bye bye love. Here's the tablature for the intro. Right after the intro, the song starts off by going to the chorus section. And that chorus section starts off with a D, bye bye love, to an A, and then you slide up to this high A if you choose to. And what that is on the 14th fret here, I'm just barring my 3rd finger, strings 2, 3, and 4. So from the low A, sliding up and playing that little high chord. And then you go to the next line, bye bye happiness. So that's just D to A, and then you throw in a quick G back to D for the next line. Hello loneliness to A again. And then it's I think I'm gonna cry. So that was just A to E7 back to A. And that's the chorus pattern. The strum pattern for the chorus section follows this pattern. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down. In the middle of the chorus, you can throw in another G after the E7 line to bring it to the next line. It sounds like this. I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye love. When I add that G on the 3rd line, what I do is I hit the bass notes of the A chord and then the high notes of the G chord before bringing it to the G. So it sounds like I think I'm gonna cry. Bye. The second part starts off by going to an E7. There goes my baby with someone new, to an A. She sure looks happy, E7. I sure am blue, to an A. She was my baby, D, till he stepped in, E7. Goodbye to romance, E7. That might have been back to A. If you want to do a basic strumming pattern on the second part without the extra notes, you can do something that looks like this. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby till he stepped in. Goodbye to romance, that might have been. What I'm doing on that basic strum pattern is I'm hitting the bass note of the chord and then down, down, up, down, up. So it sounds like there are two different ways you can add extra notes to the second part. The first way sounds like this. There goes my baby with someone new. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby. To play the first variation of extra notes on the second part, what you do is you find your root note of the chord. So say I start with this E7 chord, and then I'm going to play this little riff. So what I'm doing there is, in relation to this root note, which is here on the 5th string, 7th fret, I go up 2 frets to the 9th fret, and I slide up to the 11th fret. So slide up 2 frets. And then I play the 4th string, 9th fret. So what you're playing is the notes of the major triad. These notes here, but you're just, there's the 1, and then you're sliding into the 3, and then hitting the 5. So if you know what a triad means, you know the 1, the 3, and the 5 are the notes of the triad. So you find your root, and then play that little riff. So when you play the E chord, I start off with the bass note, and then I hit the rest of the chord, then the riff. Bass, strum the chord, and then the riff. Down to A. So you can see that how the pattern shifted on the A chord. When my A chord is here, my root note is now on the 5th fret, 6th string. And my pattern that I'm going to play is in relation to that. Same when I go to the D, my pattern shifts down a string. And then to the E7, it shifts up so that it's back to this E root note. To play the second variation of extra notes on the second part, what I do is I start with my root note. So there's my E7 and there's my root note. If I go down a string and then up 2 frets, I come to this note here on the 9th fret of the 4th string. What I want to do is slide up to 11 from there and then hit that note again on the 9th fret. So the riff sounds like, and then I keep that in relation when I go down to the A. Back to E7. And the same for the D chord. If I go to D, before I go to the D chord or bring it back to the chorus from that second part, and I'm on the A chord, I can hit these notes to bring it into the next chord. So what I've done there is on the A chord, I'm just walking up from 5th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret on the 6th string. And that brings me to either my D chord or back to the chorus section. So it sounds like, bye bye love, bye. option to play this song is just with open chords. So it'll sound like bye bye love, bye bye happiness, hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry, bye bye love. Another way you can play this song is with the capo here on the 5th fret. So this eliminates the need for bar chords, but you make a couple little changes. So it starts off bye bye love, so that was just A to E. Bye bye happiness, so that was A to E again, and then I threw in the quick D to A, and then it goes hello loneliness, A to E again. I think I'm gonna cry. So that was just E to B7 to E. And if you want to do the high part on the first line, bye bye love, that time don't leave any open strings when you do that. Just hit strings 2, 3, and 4 up on the 14th fret. Then when you go to the second part, it starts off with a B7. There goes my baby with someone new, down to E. She sure looks happy, I sure am blue, B7 to E again. And then you can do a little walk up there. It's the same notes as before, but with the capo you play open 6th string, 2nd fret, and 4th fret. And then you hit an A. She was my baby till he stepped in. So that was just A to B7. Goodbye to romance, B7, that might have been, down to E.